Yo, Joe!
Hello everybody and welcome back to another figure review. It is kind of windy today, so if you hear some crazy wind in the background, that is why. But here we have Shooter, recently released Night Force Walmart exclusive figure. And it's really windy aggressive, but here we have her. She shipped sooner than I expected, but I'm fine with it. She's a cool figure. I'll say that much so far. There is some reuse, obviously, for the most part in the legs here. It's the same as the movie Scarlet, so you know they have the same sort of armor pads there, the same knees, and then they just switched out this bottom portion of the boot. As you can see, this one has a cut there as well. And so yeah, that's the one piece they replaced. The rest is mostly, I would say, Lady J. It looks to me like it is just mostly Lady J. It's the same arms, just different colors, you know, as usual. And I believe that this is a new sort of torso piece. I don't think this is an overlay. So I think that's a new torso piece there, which is, you know, very nice. Here's a box, you know, I kind of just jumped into the figure there, but here is the box itself, and you know, you get very cool, you know, render of the figure there, you know, surrounded by the Energon, which, you know, is a very nice nod to the, you know, Transformers universe. And I like that story that they're telling. You know, we have the mole rat back there, but you know, it's a special mission going in to stop, you know, Cobra from mining these crystals, this energy. And as we see, or will see with the mole rat, you know, things don't go well when exposed to that mineral. But we have a nice, you know, art portrait there. Jodie, Shooter, Craig, number 90 in the classified line. There's that beautiful portrait there again. And then, you know, the back, zoom in shots of a tattoo, something on her vest. Digital render there with all the accessories, skills and abilities, QR code in blue. And yeah, very standard. One thing I will note for the sniper, it also came in the little cardboard piece, and for the most part it did a good job in maintaining it straight, which is always appreciated. Another little thing you guys should know about Shooter here is that she was retconned into being a part of the original 13 G.I. Joe crew. I'll probably put up a picture up, but in short, in that first panel where they show the entire G.I. Joe crew, you know, they're calling for their help, or, you know, for their services. I think one of the hand is sort of covering another member that never really made an appearance until way later in the G.I. Joe, you know, franchise. You know, because she never got a vintage release. You know, all we had was the name Shooter and like a small glimpse of their hair or something like that. And that's it. She was never mentioned, or he was never mentioned. But like I said, she was retconned into G.I. Joe many years after. And, you know, here is Shooter herself. But with that being said, let's take a close look at, you know, her accessories. We do have, you know, her long sniper rifle here. This is kind of an out of format video, but, you know, trying to do this quick. Here's the sniper rifle. Again, pretty straight condition, no warping going on. You can port blast effects on the barrel there. Very futuristic looking sniper. I don't recognize this from any kind of real life snipers. So we're seeing that sort of at the start of, classified line, those futuristic looking guns. The magazine is all weird as well. But yeah, that is removable. It did come separately inside of the box. We have the pistol here. Some nice detailing. I think that this is new. We have not seen this, but you get a cool little red dot there. You can blast. You can port in blast effects there at the barrel. Some nice little extended mag there. But yeah, a lot of great detail with this one. And I'll leave it in its storage. We're going through storage and the accessories at the same time. But then we have the knife here, which I know it has a particular term, this style of knife, but I'm just forgetting right now. But some nice plain sculpt there. Again, molded in gray. Everything's molded in gray. You also get this sort of back piece. Not really a backpack piece, but just something that plugs into her back. This allows you to store the sniper as such. It pegs in there, and this will hold it in place as such. So it's pretty neat way of storing her big sniper rifle. And I'm just gonna remove it now for the time being. And then you have this awesome head sculpt, which kind of bothers me because she's kind of bald from there and over here as well. But straight on, you don't notice that. She does not have the glow, at least I tried. She doesn't have the glowy effect like the mole rats do with the goggles. Would have been cool if it did. But you get some weird brown at the tips or at the end of her hair there, but very nicely sculpted kind of gas mask going on there. You get a 0.05. I'm not sure if that's a reference to something. But yeah. New sort of belt piece here that just moves around. Some nice pouches, some more sort of clips there. There's the butt. Again, those armor that we've seen with the other Scarlet. The new boots here that still have the swivel, some zippers, some cool looking shoes. Some people may say they're big, but I think they're a nice sculpt. They're pretty cool looking. Cool pouches and everything, straps. So yeah, very cool looking character. But then you have this headpiece, which is removable, which I did not expect. I thought this was a separate head sculpt, but it's just sort of a hairpiece like we've seen in Classified before. We'll put that over there. And then we have two other hair options. So we have one that is sort of braided throughout at the top with a small sort of ponytail, I guess you could call it. Again, with that brown coloration going through. So you can put this on if you want. Kind of gives her too much forehead, so I don't like that one too much. Yeah. Not my preferred one, but I think I'll go with either the gas mask look or this full kind of hair option. Again, we have the brown there at the ends and over here as well. I just don't like how that sort of bare area looks, makes her seem like she's bald, but from head on, it's not too bad. And I love this hair piece, and her head sculpt is amazing as well. Get some more light on it. The eyes came out great, the lips came out great as well, and the eyelashes or whatever, I'm forgetting words here, but very cool looking figure. She looks great. But with that being said, in terms of articulation, I think she articulates pretty well. The head, we've come to, use that new peg system, the ball joint. into the neck, so she can only look up about that much and down about that much. She does have some great pivoting. Arms go out about that much. You do have the bicep swivel there. She also has some butterfly joint, you know, it's functional. And then you do get double jointed arms, so that's very nice. You get vertical hinge, so it goes up and down on this arm, and the same for this hand over here. You get the torso rotation over here at the bottom, and as well as the top, so you can crunch the top part as well. You don't get a lot of range, but it's not the worst either, so it's alright for the most part. You can kick forward about that much and out about that much. You do have the upper thigh cut there, double jointed knees. You get the sort of, it's not really a boot cut, more like a calf rotation there. And then her new shoes go back about that much forward. And then you do have the ankle pivot in there as well. One last thing we need to look at is her tattoo here, which shows a snake getting an arrow through its mouth. So that's pretty cool. You know, really showing a cobra who's boss. But yeah, with her, mostly we're seeing that skin tone variation again with the knee, not the knee, the elbow and the rest of the arm, which is a bit of a shame. You know, it is very noticeable with this one. But, you know, once you pose her around or, you know, from a distance, I don't think it's that noticeable. But yeah, I think that will mostly do it for this figure review. Stay tuned for the mole rat, which, you know, I have one big issue with it, but overall it's still a pretty decent figure. This one here being also an excellent figure, so I highly recommend you getting it, especially since, you know, it's just one of those characters that, you know, was briefly seen and then retconned into G.I. Joe, you know, from way back in that first comic ever. So, you know, it's pretty cool that she got a character and, you know, they made her female as well, which I think is pretty neat. You know, that original 13 G.I. Joe team only had Scarlet as the girl, so, you know, retconning her into G.I. Joe kind of made her made G.I. Joe, or that original team, the original 14. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a future video.